My parents secretly took off to Greece with my sister. It was a hush-hush family getaway. Mom told me I wasn't part of it, but my credit card sure was. Plane tickets, yacht hire, adding up to $14,200 in expenses. I shut it all down. At 6:03 a.m., my phone went wild with alerts, payments rejected, and 29 unanswered calls. It began with a fib so smooth, I missed it at first. I just returned from a short trip with a buddy when I shared with my folks that my freelance work had finally hit a stable spot where rent didn't spark panic. 2 fresh clients had committed, both on monthly deals, and I was secure enough to dream of a brief holiday. Nothing fancy, just a reward for myself after years of barely getting by. They both went oddly silent. Dad inquired if I still banked at the same place, and Mom switched topics to Megan's class timetable. I brushed it off. I was simply thrilled. They appeared proud, or at least not doubtful. A couple of days on, Mom messaged asking to borrow my card for a few textbooks for Megan's autumn term. She promised instant payback. I paused for a heartbeat. They were my parents, after all, so I sent the details. I convinced myself it was okay. That card wasn't tied to major spends. They'd never pulled anything sketchy before. In hindsight, the lack of a thank you should have rung alarms. The initial charge was low-key. $312 from a booking service, then $480 from a lodging site. Hours later, $2,100 from Delta. At first, I figured identity theft. I was set to contact the bank, challenge every penny, kill the card, but instinct said hold off. I pulled up Megan's Instagram on reflex. She was already at the terminal. She'd shared a looping clip of her mimosa, captioned, "Launching the greatest week with the crew Blue Heart Greece." I fixated on with the crew. No family meeting, no shared chat, no warning, then another upload. Mom and Megan in identical shades on a first-class flight. Dad wasn't pictured, but his name showed on the ticket confirmations that landed in my inbox minutes later. Reserved via my email. My payment method. I rang Mom. No pickup, so I messaged. She responded right away. "It's an exclusive family journey. We just required a bit of assistance. We'll settle up. Don't blow it out of proportion." I reread it 5 times, hoping for a shift. Exclusive family journey. I wasn't included, but my card was. I'm not sure what struck harder, the stab in the back or the humiliation. Perhaps both. I sat glued to a display of upscale reservations totaling $14,200. They exploited me. They exploited my faith and my rare joy at thriving for once. And they didn't even bother concealing it. They jetted off abroad and assumed I'd stay clueless. I didn't weep. I didn't dial. I didn't even respond. I accessed every platform and profile and launched the calmest, iciest payback imaginable. First, I voided the Delta tickets, the homebound segments, then the yacht lease in Mykonos, then the lodging in Santorini. Each provider verified me via the email and card on file. My email, my card. In under an hour, I dismantled every arrangement. All their schemes crumbled while they soared above the Atlantic. I powered down my phone at midnight. At 6:03 a.m., flipping it back on, the screen blazed like holiday lights. 33 failed payment notices. 29 missed calls and a flood of texts I skipped reading. I didn't need to scan them to grasp the chaos. They touched down in Athens without lodging, without yacht, without return tickets, and zero idea of the storm ahead. By their arrival in Athens, I remained awake, perched on my sofa with chilled coffee and a blend of triumph and shock coursing through me. I monitored alerts, half anticipating a bank intervention. But it arrived hours later, around landing time. The opening message struck at 6:03 a.m. precisely. Megan's name in caps. "What have you done?" Then another. Our booking vanished. Then a flurry of calls I let ring. I dozed a few hours, rose near 9 and faced 33 payment failures, 29 missed calls, and a stack of unread notes that could fill a book. Megan fired a picture. She stood by heaps of bags, hair tousled, eyes blazing. Behind her, a shut gate labeled Sailing Dreams Charter. I knew it instantly, the yacht firm from the charges. Her follow-up. "They claim the reservation was axed. They said you did it. Some prank?" Then Mom, Mary, call now, we're stuck. Then Dad, you'll remedy this. I ignored everyone. I headed to work as usual, handled client mails, even grabbed coffee with a pal. I grinned through it all while picturing them hauling luggage over scorching streets in Athens. That evening, one final note. A snap of a budget motel room, twin beds, dim yellow glow, and Mom's caption, "We had to rearrange everything. We'll discuss upon return." And they did return sooner, furious, drained. 3 days on, pounding echoed at my door. No need to check. I knew. I stayed silent, peering through the peephole as they lingered. Dad striding, Mom gripping her phone. Megan slumped in the hall, scrolling. They waited half an hour, knocked once more. Next day, Dad emailed not me but Uncle Steve. Subject, Mary's actions. 3 paragraphs of garbage. How I'd robbed the family. How I'd violated financial faith. How I'd wrecked their private escape from envy. He even claimed I was unbalanced and required therapy. He named 3 kin. Aunt Brenda, Uncle Steve, and a cousin I hadn't contacted in years. But the email backfired. Uncle Steve phoned me that night. Not mad, just puzzled. He said Dad seemed off and wanted my version, so I laid it out. No exaggeration, just the sequence, the messages, the evidence, the $14,200 they attempted to bill. He paused, then said, "This isn't new." Turns out, prior year, my parents tried pulling him into co-signing a venture loan for family growth. It was actually for a timeshare deposit in Florida. He declined, but it soured him. 2 days later, he rang again, revealing he'd severed them entirely from the modest family firm. Dad managed some stock and light bookkeeping for Steve's transport company. Mom assisted part-time with shipments. Steve said he was tired of the turmoil and deceit. It struck them hard. Mom reached out first. She called sobbing, claiming I'd overstepped, that I'd shattered the family. She dragged Megan in, saying she was humiliated and down after cutting short a dream trip. I asked one thing, "Did you ever intend to inform me?" Silence, then she disconnected. Next day, Dad texted what seemed edited repeatedly. "You've proven your stance. You've wrecked it all. Hope you're satisfied." I didn't answer because, for the first time I truly was, I knew my kin. They wouldn't quit. They never had, and I sensed the true battle was just beginning. After days of quiet, I nearly thought it ended, that shame kept them at bay, that they'd grasped their error. But no, they'd merely paused to strategize. The initial hint arrived via LinkedIn. A message from a client of over 6 months. He asked courteously but pointedly if anything might disrupt our collaboration. Confused, I probed. He'd gotten an unnamed email alleging I faced recent court troubles, was mentally fragile, and had perpetrated financial scam on relatives. He shared it. It read like a dossier, stiff but awkward, signed falsely. I scanned it thrice as anger rose. Packed with distortions that could seem plausible without context. I knew their handiwork, no proof needed, so I acted. I phoned Uncle Steve again, didn't request action, just shared the development. 10 minutes later, he sent a capture. Dad had messaged him too, seeking a reference for a role at another transport company. Steve refused, then texted me. Finished? That night, I contacted a college friend in digital investigation. Sent the bogus email, asked for IP trace. He estimated a day, needed 3 hours. IP linked to my parents' home. I absorbed that. Then forwarded to my client, who swiftly apologized and affirmed my output stood strong. But harm spread. Over the week, 2 more unnamed notes. One to a supplier, one to a prospective client. Same style, same methods, varied accounts, identical phrasing. My friend tracked them. Same origin. They were deliberately torching my achievements, so I countered. I sent all to a lawyer via another client. She handled cyberbullying and slander. I said no charges yet, just record it. She called it wise and noted further pushes would suffice for a warning or more. Then I did the unplanned. I dialed Grandma. She's the sole neutral in the clan. I recounted everything. Expected letdown or pressure for reconciliation. None came. She heard me out, then revealed something unknown. In my college days, parents secured a minor business loan under my name. I missed it as it cleared fast, but it dinged my credit years. She recalled Dad boasting how Mary's solid score rescued them. I hung up, stared at the ceiling ages. This wasn't isolated. It was habitual, lengthy, I'd been blind. And I knew I'd stop hoping for change. They hadn't merely spoiled a holiday. They aimed to destroy my existence. So now I wasn't just defending. I'd ensure they never touched my assets again. A random Friday afternoon, text from unknown, check inbox, Megan's foolish. No intro, no signature, just that. But I suspected. Logan, Megan's ex from 2 years back. The one parents disliked, called wasted talent. He'd been suspended for planting tracking software on school systems to alter grades. Post-breakup with Megan, he vanished. He'd know. I checked email. Zipped file awaited. Subject, she never updated password. Inside. Captures memos, shared docs from old family iCloud. Mom created it years ago for coordination. Megan granted Logan entry dating, no one reset. First file. Group chat among mom, dad, Megan. Months plotting Greece covertly. Discussions on Max card charges sans fraud flags. Megan, book it all, she won't spot it. She's lousy with cash anyway. Mom, if discovered guilt trip, claim for Megan's grad, family angle. Worse, dad. Her turn to contribute, she's merely freelancing. What's her need for funds? My throat parched. They outlined $20,000 luxury under my initials. Flights, stays, yacht, purchases, dining, even note. Buy her a trinket so she feels included on return. I froze a minute. Forwarded folder to lawyer, then Uncle Steve. He called in 10. Not surprised, just let down. I said no pity action. He'd begun restructuring months prior, this finalized it. By day's end, Dad lost all legal financial links to firm. Mom's part-time ended too. Then the surprise. Uncle Steve proposed a role, not full but advisory deal. Wanted systems overhaul, trusted me. I took it instantly. Next day Megan called, I answered curiously. No yelling, no rage, just subdued. Think you've triumphed? I said no, I quit defeat. Blocked her. But not done. Morning after, knock at door. No intercom, no heads up. Mom, held plastic bag and folder, face altered. Not mad, exhausted, aged. I paused, let her in, needed her next fabrication. She perched on couch edge, extracted folder. Docs I didn't know initially. Aged tax filings with my name, loan details, college finance letters. Some signatures mimicked mine, slightly off, stomach churning. I eyed her. She nodded at pile like explanation. Then second envelope from bag. Hand-scrawled my name caps. Inside, not remorse, not confession, but proposal. Wanted me to sway Uncle Steve for job reinstatement. Willing to resolve professionally, set limits. All miscommunication, tough phase. I read silently, jaw tight. Then she spoke. Finances tanked, 3 months late on second home loan. Greece wasn't leisure. Business play, networking. Dad linked online with European supplier promising big if met face-to-face. Yacht, hotel, all show, guy vanished. No meeting. I blinked, chuckled inwardly. Not just disloyalty, folly. She said no plan B, cashed retirement early, creditors ringing, no earnings. I asked, ever consider truth before charging my card? She glanced down, we figured you'd miss it. By discovery, we'd compensate. That cemented something in me. My look silenced her. Then she asked if I'd aid. Needed my name, Steve Sway, maybe temp gig. Time to recover, be mature. I said done with this clan, leave. She rose, expected it. At door turned. Still your parents. Should count. It did differently. Post-departure, I digitized every paper, forgery, proof to lawyer. Called Uncle Steve, detailed visit. He sighed. Now no guilt for final step. What? Prior day, he locked restructure. Parents out, transferred Dad's former share to me quietly, irrevocably. Speechless. He did it for trust, families like ours need force. Hung up, sat long. Then 11 p.m. Megan voice note. Voice broke mid. She'd checked Mom's phone, saw sabotage emails, captures, schemes. Believed them I was extreme, vengeful. Didn't grasp depth. Ended, you didn't earn this. Sorry, don't fault your cutoff, I might too. Added, if restart just us, I'm open. First time since start, not rage. Sad yet liberated. One last talk remained. Megan's note lingered. Days I left it. No replay, no delete, like a pending choice. After 5 I messaged, serious, meet. No parents, no tricks. Instant, name spot. We met corner cafe midway, plant heavy, soft tunes. She waited, gazing mug, rehearsed lines lost. No phony grin, no show, just history-laden seats. No excuses first. No defense. Said, new card use. Thought minor. Mom said you'd aid family, didn't know fake mails, ongoing name use. Should have probed. Found Mom's phone chats, plans, client drafts. Initially doubted, but my silence, total shutdown clued her. Eyed me. Believed you overreacted, harming family. Foolish, but not now, sorry, no grand pardon, no embrace, speech. Nodded, valued apology, unsure future ties but open to rebuild. Gradually, she got it. That night, home mail pile. Big white envelope, no sender. Typed letter, formal, chilly, assistant-like, from parents. No regret, just worded acknowledgement of mix-up, sorrow for family rift. Third paragraph, aid reopening Steve contact. Time to progress, mend. Last, trust you'll act rightly. Stunning. No sorry, still saw me as tool, forget debt, deceit, sabotage. No reply, forwarded Steve. He done with them, not you. Then officialized. Shifted my share to my name. No strings, legal note signed. I supplanted dad multifaceted. Odd, entering former's space, fitting better. Week later, cousin checked. Parents claiming all good, I aiding job return, business shared win. I group messaged likely contacts. No opinion attacks, just facts captures brief, they're out. Planned all, never mad, just finished. Don't represent me, no responses needed. Days on, Megan and I met again, no parent talk. Her moving, own pad, maybe school. Asked freedom feel. Truth, not freedom. Air, breathe without watch. Last week mom texted, miss you, no answer, not hate, not pain intent. Oh nothing, that's peace, no apology needed to advance. Reconciled past won't yield future. Update. Months post. Megan and I chat warily but consistently. Kept apart from others. Like bridging severed islands, never same. No direct parent contact since miss you. But 2 weeks back, learned new tactic. Telling extended kin, old pals, Steve contacts I abandoned in crisis, seized chance to oust from business, used Steve's faith against. Rewriting tale, bothers less. No urge to fix every whisper but confirms, unchanged, not remorseful, just benched, still scheming return, not via sorry via spin, but unforeseen. Uncle Steve drafting trust barring their sway forever. Not me, anyone. Finalized, wants me oversee ownership shift at retirement. Said, business merits no gambler on trips. So, imperfect, but first years, no awaiting next knife.